morning, everyone. We're back at the Daily Buzz. I'm Martha.
I'm Joe.
And we are here with Terrell Edwards. And I'm just so impressed by the perfect blend between Sinatra and Motown that you're described as.
Well, I didn't say it, so I can't.
No, that's how they describe
I
you.
really appreciate that.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Mark.
So tell me about you, Terrell.
Well, I'm a guy. I'm born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Yeah, I was in the home of a gospel singer. My dad was a gospel singer for many years. Actually, singing is and music is all I know. My mom and dad raised me in a Christian home, and the funny thing is where I am now. And where I started is really different because we didn't listen to Tower Power music. That wasn't. I mean, in our home, it was pretty much just straight gospel music. But I had a cousin that I go and visit every weekend, and he was a DJ.
Oh,
and he was 10 years older than us, and
you listen to all that sinful music.
That's right. That's right. So the Earth, Wind, and Fire, and the Commodores, and the Neil Diamond, and I really got influenced by that music. I was like, this Christian music stuff is cool, but I don't see anything wrong with this stuff over here either. And it just drew me in as I got to, get more experience and see, Sammy Davis Jr. and Sam Cooke and just all of that rich music. Even then, it may not have been cool at my age then, but I was immersed in just the quality of music and, and what the lyrics, said and what they meant, to the world. And, when I was able to make my own decisions, that was the course I took.
Well, that's what Dean Martin talked about. The influence to him was the old time singers. And he just loved the music. He loved their voices. Their voices were so smooth and strong and that kind of thing. So, yeah, I loved all the, my aunt and my uncle were Motown freaks.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
and that's all you heard in the house was Motown.
Yeah.
So that's how I got to fall in love with all those bands. But then as time went on, to your point, Tower Power, Earth, Wind, and Fire. I mean, all the bands that had brass. If you had brass, I was listening.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think everybody, there's a soft spot in everyone's heart to a horn section. You know what I mean?
No question about it. And the movements back then.
And the movements, yeah.
So, you watch some of those. We lost you, right?
No. No. I'm following this. I actually love this.
What is it on PBS? They do those where they bring back the old guys from time to time.
Yeah.
And they all had movements. They weren't just up there singing. And you kind of enjoy, whether you knew the words or not, you enjoyed the music so much because they were having so much fun.
Yeah. And this is kind of the backstory is, we really work hard to, to offer, 2 hours, typically of a great time, and we spend days, months, sometimes a year to produce a show. And, all so that we can deliver, some joy to, our audience for 2 to 3 hours.
So I have a question for you. I'm really stuck on this description, Frank Sinatra and Motown, right? Those are just two of the sexiest sounds for so many reasons, just like the passion behind the music, like you guys were saying, the movement behind it. And I'm into this kind of stuff, so I know what you're talking about. When you're singing, what if you had to describe the feeling that you have when you're singing, when you're producing that kind of environment, that good time? What if you had to describe the feeling? What would you describe it as?
First word that comes to my mind is just warm. And
I love it.
Yeah, I have the good fortune of, in most cases, to write my own lyrics, or cover the songs that has been, that I've been really drawn to, and it's really easy for me to, immerse myself into what I'm doing when I can feel what, and those songs resonate with my heart. So
singing is a feeling.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
And it runs deep. It runs deep. It transcends really anything that's going on, in our lives at that particular time. So I really think it's important, kind of as ambassadors of the art, to to do what is necessary to, bring a positive attitude and a positive experience to what we're doing.
Well, you guys, bands like yours ruined it for me because, I was telling you earlier that the band that I was in, they started going heavy into disco, and I was into, you guys and Earth, Wind, and, I wanted the brass. I wanted real music, if you would, okay?
Yeah.
And so I quit. I just like, this is boring. I don't want to do this. So I got out of it then. But you've got a connection with Jay Leno.
I do. Man, I can tell you this. I'll start with saying, there's been many times in my career, I'm like, man, what am I doing here? Like in front of this person.
I know what that feeling.
Yeah. I mean, and so, speaking of the Rat Pack and, Frank Sinatra and, there was, Sammy Davis Jr., Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra. And the Rat Pack, that was just another one of those things that, like I said, growing up where I grew up, and wasn't cool, but I'd sneak and watch it, and I was like, man, they are killing it,
Yes.
So, years later, I just always felt like I wanted to do a tribute, to that group, and I found a lane. No one was doing it at the time.
Yeah.
And Jay Leno was coming to town, and we had, our group had built enough, buzz in the city that he was looking for an opening act. He usually does a 3-hour, comedy show. He wanted to do a 2.5, and he wanted an opening act. So we got the call to open for him. Actually, we had to send a tape to him, and he approved it. And
that's so cool.
Yeah, we saw him just before the show. He talked to us for 10 or 15 minutes. Then he talked to us for about 30 or 40 minutes after that opening show. And, I had my hand in my back pocket, which is when I'm talking and kind of casually. And I realized I had a business card in my back pocket. And I was like, ooh, this is an opportunity. I said, well, Mr. Leno, thanks for having us here. And if you ever come into the city again, we'd love to open for you again. He says, oh, yeah, sure. And that's him.
Wow.
Textbook. And he didn't come the next year, but the following year, he came back to the city, and he asked for us specifically if we were open for him.
Well, look at that.
Wow.
And, yeah.
Go ahead.
And if that, I'll wrap this up, but after that second time, I'm walking away from him again. Thank you again. And he says, Terrell, would you ever like to do some shows in Vegas with me? And I said, let me just check with my...
Let me check my calendar.
But that started a 5-year relationship with
Oh,
Jay.
very cool.
Yeah, and
But my connection is my younger brother's name is Dino.
oh, is that
He
right?
got that. Yeah, right. I got a cousin named Dina. Where do you think that came from, right?
Right.
Hey, what do you got coming up? What do you got coming up these
Man,
days?
we are so excited. Every year we get a chance to put together. I've got several friends here in the California area. Of course, Greg Adams, Tower of Power, and Rebecca Holden, and we put together along with some local talent a production called California Christmas, and we kind of in a 2.5-hour period we pull out all the stops. Our band starts with the brass section, and we visit those traditional tunes, in a Greg Adams Tower of Power way, and then we move it to some of my other friends, Rebecca Holden. If you remember Knight Rider, she was a star on Knight Rider and a couple of those others. But she's also a great pianist and a great singer.
Wow.
Where can we find this California Christmas?
This is going to be in Encino, and you can find it. You can go to my website, topentertainment.co. But by all means, we're going to be in Encino. It's a beautiful place called Retreat Center, Holy Spirit Retreat Center.
Ooh.
And we're going to turn this chapel. They've allowed us to turn this chapel into a production stage, and so.
That's going to be beautiful.
We've got singers, we got dancers, we got lights, we got a choir that's going to wrap it up, and we're going to give you everything that you could desire for Christmas.
That's amazing, and that's all in the month of November or on Christmas
December 6th. December 6th.
Okay.
So you got a couple of weeks to get your tickets.
Okay.
But we'd love to see you there, and it's very affordable. This particular event, we want to keep the price point low.
Yeah.
And we also want to be able to support some local charities in
always
the
good.
area.
Yeah. Well, Terrell, always a pleasure to have you in. I mean, I just think back of the music every time I see you, and you can't not smile when you think about Motown or the Rat Pack or anything. There's
Yes.
no way you can't.
100%.
smile.
Absolutely.
So God bless her for what you're doing. Really appreciate your time.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you so much for being here.
All right, we got to go for a quick break, unless you want to cut the checks. We got to make Joe Messina, your host.
Martha Aguilera, your co-host.
Yeah, and we'll be back with you in a few minutes.